All right, students, I am going to make first of several videos talking about this retired ACT test. Again, if you guys are prepping for the ACT, which you guys will eventually take, I would imagine, I always recommend that you Google retired ACT test PDF, and you get something like this. This is this edition 1874 FPRE, and what that means is you can always find that the very bottom is ACT and then the test number. So this means I have the 2019-2020 ACT practice test. And really, if you just Google that, you just get this is from like Worldwise Tutoring or something. Anyway, they have other retired ACT tests available that I don't know if I've seen before. So this is great. Anyway, what I recommend is you get your Chromebooks and you practice this before, okay? And then you just use this video to check. Or you watch this video, get some understanding, you practice this test on your own because I've worked out everything and so forth. All right, take a look. Number one, you can read 3 eggs make 6 servings, so 1 egg makes 2. He's going to modify it by making using 5 eggs. So I mean, you don't even have to show work for that. You should know it's 10. 1 to 2 means 5 to 10. Okay, I just set up a proportion. I don't know why. I would if I was you, I'd not be showing work. That is 10. 35 member history club. Okay, 35 members. The members decide that the representative who is chosen at random cannot be one of the 3 officers. Okay, so there's 35, but you're removing 3. That means 32 needs to be your denominator. All right, what is the probability that Hiroku, who is a member of the club and not an officer, will be chosen? What's 1 out of 32? That is simple. Okay. For what value of k is this true? We talk about this in, I believe, Chapter 7 of Algebra 2. But even if you haven't talked about that yet at the time of this taking, look, the bases are the same. If we have an equality statement, that means 2x plus 7, this exponent must be equal to 15. Okay, the exponents have to be the same. That's how you get 4. This is from Algebra 1. We go over it early in Algebra 2. F of 3 means, sorry, you're going to let x be 3. Plug 3 in for x, just got to use the order of operations. It's not 5 times 3 and then squared. It is 3 squared, then multiplied by 5. Here you do 4 times 3, which is 12. Add 3 to it, 15. 7 times 15, boom, negative 60. Got a great chance of being 4 for 4. A wallet containing 5 of those dollar bills, 7 of those, and 8 of those. That's 20 total. Okay. Owner's wallet will reward the finder with 1 bill drawn from the wallet. What is the probability that it is a $20 bill? Where there's 8 of them and there's 20 total. 8 out of 20 is 2/5. Wow. This was an actual ACT test, folks. Not bad. All right. So ABC Book Club charges $40 monthly fee plus $2 per book read in that month. The Easy Book Club charges a $35 monthly fee plus $3 per book read that month. For each club, how many books must be read in 1 month for the total charges to be the same? Okay, so for ABC, it is $40 for that month plus $2 for every book you read. And we want that equal to the Easy Book Club, $35 plus $3 for every book you read. And after 5 books, it'll be the same. It'll cost you $50 to be in both clubs. Okay. Again, I will show you algebra. You don't need to. The ACT doesn't care about your work. It just cares if you get it right. This is from geometry. You guys need to know that in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Then like this angle B, if this is 40 degrees, this whole thing is 140 degrees. That won't play a role here. But here's what we know. We just want to know what CAD is, this angle here. If this is 40, that has to be 40. Then you got to know in a triangle, there's 180 degrees. So you do 180 minus the sum of 57 and 40, get 83 degrees. Just from geometry. Folks, it could be 7 out of 7. Okay, my goal is to show you, yeah, you know, on first glance, the ACT math might be a little bit of a challenge, but there are a lot of easy questions. And this is something like one of my favorite activities, the marathon, that you can truly train for, folks. We should not be afraid of the ACT math. I won't lie to you. Okay, so if x is equal to 0.5, what is the value of 8 times x minus 3 over x? So just plug 0.5 in for x. All right. That is a half. Do a little work. This is 4 minus 3, which is 1. 1 divided by half. A half goes into 1 twice. All right. Number 9. In the standard xy coordinate plane, what is the midpoints of the line segments that has endpoints of that? So the middle is just the average of 2, because you have 2 points. Okay, if you got a 90 and you got 100 on something, well, the midpoint, your average would be a 95. 90 plus 100 divided by 2. So the midpoint is a ordered pair. It's the middle of the x's and the middle of the y. So you take 3, which is x value, plus 1, divide it by 2. Well, the middle of 3 and 1 is 2. You might not know what the middle of 8 and negative 4 is, so that's why I do 8 plus negative 4 divided by 2. The middle is 2, 2. That is from geometry. All right, the fluctuation of water depth that appear is shown by that. So, which of the following gives the greatest water depth, the distance, the difference between the greatest depth and the lowest depth? Well, lowest is 6, greatest is 12. Got a nice little periodic function, sine, cosine, you guys will learn about. You might have learned about, depending on who you are. It's 6. The difference is 6. What is the slope? Look at that, the same exact chapter as number 9 would have come from. All right, so you have not seen a question that you've not been exposed to yet. That is a promise. What is the slope of the line that goes through those 2 points? All right, slope is difference of y over difference of x, because slope is rise over run. The rising axis is y, the running axis is x. Difference of y's over difference of x. I always do the bigger y minus the smaller y. So it would be 2 minus a negative 2. Now if I start with that y, I have to start with this x over negative 5 minus 1. Get a negative 2. What did I do there? Oh my gosh. I did, that's not a y, that's an x. Now you can see I circled the right answer, but I got the wrong one. Well, this is fun. Folks, this is a very common, and luckily that wasn't one of the answers. I did difference of x's over difference of y's. Wow. Blame that on the quarantine. All right, so your y, what's the biggest y? Your bigger y is 1. So you're going to do 1 minus a negative 5 divided by, started with this ordered pair, so negative 2 minus 2. And you get 6 over negative 4, which is a negative 3 over 2. Difference of y over difference of x. Okay, in Cherokee County, the fine for speeding is $17 for each mile per hour the driver is over the speed limit. Kirk got a $221 ticket. Wow. So first off, speed limit was 30. You get fined $17 for every mile over. So you need to do 221 divided by 17. That is 13. He was going 13 over the speed limit. The speed limit is 30. 30 plus 13 is 43 miles per hour he was going. What is the sum of the 2 equations? This looks like something from chapter 3 in algebra 2, but it's not really. I mean, you can figure out what x is right here. You can figure out what y is all by itself. 8x equals 12, and x is 1.5. Subtract 10 here, you get 2y is 12. So y is 6. So what is the sum of those 2 solutions? 7.5. All right. The average of 5 distinct scores has the same value as the median of the 5 scores. The average is the mean, and you just add them all up and divide by how many there are. X bar, you learn in stats, means average. The sum of the 5 scores is 420. So you take 420, divide it by 5. 84 is the average or the mean, and it's also the median. So what is the sum of the 4 scores that are not the median? Well, we have the sum of all 5. That's the median, so simply do 420 minus 84. That's 336. 2 more for this first video. Just like inception style, an absolute value within an absolute value. First, take care of that. That is the absolute value of -4. Take care of this, absolute value of -6. So what is the absolute value of -4? Just 4. What's the minus? Keep the minus there. What's the absolute value of -6? Just 6. What's 4 minus 6? -2 inside the last absolute value. Answer is 2. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to this? All right, so this is something we don't learn for the first time until Chapter 6 in Algebra 2. Need to know this, especially if you're someone in calculus watching this. We actually will use this more often. So you are taking the third root of x to the second. You are taking the third root of x to the second. That's what that means. The denominator of this rational exponent is the root you're taking. The numerator is what you're raising that base to. All right, folks, I think that's a good stop here. 16 questions on this ACT test. For now, Yak Math Videos signing out.